There's a girl I know from Rainford. Yeah. She's
Hello,
Hey.
Steve.
I feel
Hello
so.
there,
Right.
Bernadette.
Huh?
Totally and utterly silent. Isn't that lovely, Con? Total silence. You're looking well today, Con.
Yeah, I feel good. Feel good.
Now,
I'm
listen, I
very,
want
very,
to.
very disappointed though. I got up early this morning to have a shower, and there was no water. Water was cut off. So,
Oh, we can smell you from here, Con. Well, it's lovely to see some new people. Steve Reynolds, I can see. I can
yeah.
see John Waterman, my old pal, who's just switched off his camera, so we can't see the beautiful face that is John Waterman. We used to run a marvelous tip sheet for musicians and for people in the music industry called
Oh,
Bandit. Very successful, donkey's years, and now living the life of luxury in retirement on his yacht.
very
There
nice.
he is now. I can see you. I can see you. It's lovely to see you, John. Lovely to see you. And I do mean that sincerely. But Con, say hello to the ladies and gentlemen while I get everything ready.
Well, hello everybody, and we're supposed to have some care homes on today, especially L&M care home, and that was suggested by Louis Harder, and hope they're there somewhere.
Oh, she is. I can see her.
Yeah.
I can see
Oh,
her. I can
Louise,
see her.
Louise there. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh,
Very good.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So
So
keep going for a second there,
I'm
Con.
doing a special song for them later on, which was requested by the care homes people, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. So
Oh,
great,
lovely.
great.
Okay, so shall we get going in earnest, Con, and say this is the start of our lockdown. So here we go.
A long time ago, when the earth was green, there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen. They'd run around free while the earth was being born, but the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but yours, you're born.
Oh, unicorn.
That's you. You singing at this time of
Yeah.
the day.
Well, I'll sing along. Sing along. It's a sing-along song. Quite
Yeah, so it's this is lovely. Not many rules, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not used to this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I always say if you're not used to it, just try to keep yourself muted all the time so that it doesn't interfere with other people. I will ask you to unmute because we talk to people during the show, as you know. So, Con, would you like to tell us all what the agenda looks like this week?
Well, it's what. First of all, we're going to talk about what we were doing during the week, and then, of course, you're going to show some old movies from October 2015, which people love those old movies. They're very, very good. And then we're going to question the best place for a holiday after COVID. So have a think about that. And then Deck is going to announce The Rose of Tralee, which I enjoyed singing. And so there's lots going on today, and lots of things happening. So how was your week, Deck?
It was fantastic. I tell you
Yeah.
what, really, and I do mean that. I do mean that. I never lie. Would I lie to you?
Oh yes.
Look at my nose getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But while I'm talking to you, I'm getting things ready here. I'm really quite a genius at this now. I must say. What happened this week? Well, of course, it was Burns Week, wasn't it? It was Burns Week. And Con knows that I'm a great traditionalist. I adore tradition.
Yeah.
So any chance I get for tradition, that's me. And of course, Burns Night came along. Do you remember, Con, the great time we were up in Scotland
don't really-
shooting geese? We were
Yeah. Well,
shooting geese,
trying
trying
to.
to shoot geese, and we were invited to a Burns Night by
Yeah.
Will Hewlison. I
Have to
mean, that was
hold the wall. It was called.
where he was born. Actually, it was the house where he was born,
Yeah.
and where Burns was born, and it was fantastic. But I try to do something every year, and this is actually what I got up to this year. Oh dear, I must be mad.
Therefore, your honour sonsy face, great chieftain o' the Puddin race, of in the mall you take a place, Prince Strife for firm. We all that ye weedy o' the grave, as lang as my arm.
Bringing in the haggis.
How old is that?
As old as you.
Sandy didn't look too happy there.
I must be mad. But I enjoy myself, don't I? I enjoy myself.
Burns is. We went to his grave actually. It's in Dumfries.
Oh, Con, on you go.
Well, what am I going on with?
It's on the agenda, Con.
Yeah, I know. You're going to show the old movies from October 2015, which was it was a good show that we did there. And I just saw when you were showing it the other day to me that an old friend, Danny was working with us at that stage, and he's been up doing my garden for me, and he's done a fantastic job. Fantastic. He's done little walls around the place and everything, and lovely lad.
So the little walls keep you in, Con, do they?
Oh, yeah.
The little walls keep you in. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, very popular this. It's amazing when I get an awful lot. Anybody wants to email me, by the way, it's just deck@makeits.com. Go to anything with my name on the web and it'll give you my email address. And just email me and chat to me, okay? But here is what we got up to in 2015, would you believe? October. So tell me, Neil, is it wonderful working with the Bachelors, or is it just ordinary, or?
It's absolutely fantastic. It's apart from being extremely good fun, pays well, and it's
the
a great
food?
learning experience.
The food?
The food is often good,
Yeah.
sometimes mediocre, and occasionally rubbish. But that's life.
And Danny, how do you feel about working with?
I enjoy it.
Really?
Something new every day.
You're not just lying.
No,
And tell me, who did your hair today?
myself.
Yourself.
Myself.
And much does it cost? Must it cost
That's what I'm going
fortunes?
hairdresser.
Must it cost fortunes?
Nope. All three natural.
You sure?
All natural.
And that is the missing drummer.
Playing this, I'm just saying this tune that the DJ is playing at the moment has become so popular.
Yeah?
Everybody's playing it on the radio, on the television, everywhere.
What do you think, Neil? Do you like it?
Well, it's rubbish. I heard that.
And this is the biggest dressing room we've had this month. Look, it's absolutely huge. Look at the lighting, everything's gorgeous. It's actually quite nice. But as usually, they think that people in show business, we never wash, you know. We don't wash. People in show, did you know that? No. And we certainly don't go to the loo. We're like royalty, we don't go to the loo. There's no toilets. I bet you can.
What? Remind me.
It was, we were kids at the time. I was about 12. And it was absolutely the first song. There's a piano, we were up on the stage and there's a piano player down, Gret Sweeney.
That's right.
Now can you remember?
Yes, I can.
And we started to sing. I mean, battered old guitars and everything, no microphones or anything. And we went, hang down your head, Tom, dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom, dooley. Poor boy, you're gonna die. Met her on a mountain, there I took her life. Met her on the mountain, stabbed her with my knife.
I'm here at the Ellen Vintage Weekend, and we've got everything going on, even a Spitfire.
Con absolutely adores working with Rotary International's favourite charity. And here he is doing his thing. And stand by for the red arrows.
Wonderful.
Hooray! Oh, look at the other way.
Come on, Con, get on board.
Yeah.
You're going to miss the train.
I know.
Hey, there you go.
Hey! There's no room for me. Oh. I'll trot along behind.
Big kids, you are.
Train now arriving at the station. It's full.
Isn't it amazing the support that Rotary gets all over the country? Police, fire brigade, even the Mr. Whippy.
What direct?
And as I said, the stars of the show.
There they go. Red arrows.
The president's sons of the area.
Where are we going? Blackpool, the Viva Theatre. Wow, sounds astonishing,
Doesn't it?
I don't know what it is, or where it is, or what it is, but it sounds astonishing. And here's me getting ready for a fancy dress competition. I've never entered one in my life. And would you believe it? I won it.
Hello, I'm Layla, and these are my family at Aldershot. And as you can see, they are at Pretzos, and there's Isabel, my cousin, and Zach.
Going today that you're going to eat a whole adult-sized pizza.
And the waitress, I forgot to say, she's put all the olives, and Zach thinks she's embarrassed, but all there, as you can see now.
What sort of wine are we having? Water. We're having lovely prezzo. Oh, it's a special prezzo.
Can I have one of them?
Yeah, that's good. This is going to be a good competition.
And now they're doing a bet, Zach and Grandad. They're a £2 bet that Zach can eat an adult portion. I think Grandad went completely wrong with this bet. And now you can see Zach's plate is empty. And Grandad's.
Sadly, that's Grandad's plate.
Well, it wasn't a competition. Zach said that he could eat an adult portion.
Yeah.
And I bet a
Big
pound.
size,
And
remember?
he bet a pound.
Adult, big. Adult, big, not small.
And there's the £2 bet. Wait, you don't grab. So we have the presentation now of the bet. Just £2.
Sorry, my granddad's a bit nuts. Anyway, Zach won, and that's it for me. Bye!
So, Con, I had to smile when I saw all your lot on that little train because it reminded me of the last of the summer wine. All your friends, all those Rotary people, they all look like the characters in Last of the Summer Wine. They do, honestly. So, Con.
You should try living with them.
Yeah. So you go on and chat away.
Yeah. Well, I thought Layla did a grand job there on the camera and doing the commentary as well. You know, she's very, very good. I think she's set for great things in the future. That little girl. She's what age is she now?
She's 13 now, and she's in Dubai. Would you believe? Went over there all on her own, which is astonishing. She gets on those big planes now, the Emirate planes, like she's getting on a bus. It's quite something to see. But Lovely girl, and her daddy, unfortunately, our daddy out in Dubai, because he's Arabic, ethnic people are very susceptible to COVID. He unfortunately got COVID. Now, the Emirates are possibly the safest place in the world for COVID because the sheikh who runs the place, if he says you do something, you do it. You don't ask questions. So everybody's been super safe because we're told to stay indoors. He got COVID, and he, unfortunately, it was the full oxygen thing, the intubation with the ventilators and all that. But thank goodness he's out now and he's well. Isn't that
that's
good
great.
news?
Right. Yeah.
So, Con, we're decided that we're going to ask some questions about COVID. So, John Waterman, I'm looking at you at the moment. I'm looking at you, and I'm asking you to, John Waterman, would you let's see you for a start, John.
I'm on.
He's my old friend, aren't you, John?
I've got my iPad plugged into the TV, so I can see you on the big screen.
Ooh,
I'm across the room for the iPad, so
that's posh. That's posh.
Pointing at the ceiling.
Lovely. So, John, a question, and you've got between 15 seconds and 2 minutes to answer. Where would be your favorite holiday destination when all this COVID thing is over?
Well, it's got to be the Isle of Wight, isn't it, for everybody watching?
The Isle of Wight.
I should say that.
And
well, I was just looking at Cornwall the other day, thinking it'd be nice to get away once we're allowed to. So I think it's going to be a UK holiday or holidays this year.
Even though you're allowed to go overseas, yeah.
Well, I think so. There's lots of places I'd like to see in the UK and places I haven't been to for a long time. So I think this year, I think it's a UK year. The last time I went abroad was China. That was in 2019. So I think I'll be a homegrown boy this year.
That's lovely. Thanks very, very much, John, for that insight. And mute yourself, please. Okay. That's the way we do it. Mute yourself. You have muted yourself. Hey, Steve Reynolds, I'm looking at you. And can I ask you the same question, Steve? What would be your favorite destination?
Anyway, yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And so can I. So can everybody.
Right. Well, holiday destination. In actual fact, Marion was supposed to be off to the Holy Land this morning, but obviously it's been cancelled. Me, I like going around in the caravan, staying in England, to be quite honest. I've been abroad a lot, obviously, when I was coach driving, but no, I think at my time of life now, I'm quite happy poodling about in England.
That's lovely, Steve. That's lovely, Steve. Marvelous. And just
she would enjoy the Holy Land. We went over. We were on our way to join up with the cruise, actually, and we visited Jerusalem and all those lovely places. It's quite a sensational place, you know.
Hey, Louise Harder, there's a new person for us. Louise, would you kindly answer that question if you would? So the question is, where would you go? Your favorite destination, anywhere in the world, or extraterrestrial? You can go up to the moon, you can go to Mars, you can do exactly what you like.
Oh, if I could go anywhere this afternoon, right now, do you know what? I think I'd go to Venice.
Venice. Tell us why. Tell us why. Go on.
Well, I waited a long time to be able to go to Venice. It was always going to be on my places to visit, and I never got around to it. And then a couple of years ago, I went with my new husband, and it was absolutely magical. I think it's like no other place on earth, really. It's like a real theme park. It's a bizarre, and the atmosphere is amazing, and everyone is walking around so happy with a lovely smile on the face. I think the atmosphere is phenomenal. It's amazing with all the water canals, and obviously all the Italian food and wine, etc. And I'm a big art lover, so obviously there's lovely galleries and buildings and everything. So yeah, that's where I'd go, Venice.
That's brilliant, Louise. Brilliant. Con, you've been to Venice, haven't you?
I have indeed, yeah. And went went all over the place.
Did you have a swim?
It is actually. It
Oh,
is
by the way, Con, I've just got to say to Louise, that sounded lovely when you said, my new husband. How many have you had? That's lovely. So, Con, tell us about the Rose of Tralee.
Well, the Rose of Tralee is it's a fantastic competition, which takes in the whole world, really, because anybody with the Irish descent, girls, and it's beautiful girls, they all enter localized competitions around the world, and then they all come over to Ireland for the big finale, for who will be crowned the Rose of Tralee. And in actual fact, we did the very first one in Tralee. And I always remember, I can picture it now. They built a big thing in the middle of the town, and they had loudspeakers all over the town. And we got up on this platform and performed, and it was quite a sensational thing. And then, as we left later on, then it was about 12:30 or so. We were leaving town, and we were driving back towards Dublin, and there was a big pile of cars all crashed into each other, and said, "What the hell is all that about?" And it turned out they were all going to a dance which was being held in a field outside the town, which was starting at 1:00 in the morning, would you believe? The Irish are mad, you know. But all these cars were going out looking for this. And at the very front was a Ford Cortina. And the Ford Cortina, I think it was the first car in Ireland anyway, with disc brakes. And they were obviously driving along and said, oh, there it is there. And they slammed on the brakes and everybody went boom, 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 boom. Behind them. It was it was complete chaos on the way out. But we managed to get past them and got home safe and sound. And we're still safe and sound, thank goodness.
So we did this song, and we've recorded it before, but we've never done a video. Videos are only a recent thing since Queen did their famous Bohemian Rhapsody video. Everybody does videoed out, but we never did any videos for any of our songs. So recently we have been doing them. And would you like to look at this video of us doing the Rose of Tralee?
The pale moon was rising above the green mountain. The sun, it was setting beneath the blue sea. As I walked with my love by the pure crystal fountain that stands in the beautiful vale of Tralee. She was lovely and fair like a rose in the summer. It was not her beauty alone that won me. Oh no, 'twas the truth in her eyes, ever shining, that made me love Mary, the Rose of Tralee. Mary, all smiling, sat listening to me. The moon through the valley, her pale rays was shining. When I won the heart of the Rose of Tralee, she was lovely and fair, like a rose in the summer. It was not her beauty alone that won me. Oh no, 'twas the truth in her eyes, ever shining, that made me love the Rose of Tralee.
I love all those videos.
And here's a thing. My daughter, Louisa, wrote that arrangement. Can you believe it?
Wow.
She wrote that arrangement. And she's really never shown any interest in music at all, but she just wrote that arrangement, made it and all that. And she's never done anything since. Isn't that weird? But now, Con.
Yeah.
What are we up to next? Tell me.
Any birthdays at all?
Any birthdays? Sandy is shouting birthdays. Lynn, where are you? Lynn Hayes. Where are you, Lynn Hayes? Could you please unmute yourself? I can see you. You're unmuted already. Now shout to me. What is the birthday situation
Well,
this
we
week?
have got one this week. Bernadette. I don't think I can see her on the gallery view. It's her husband's birthday this week. He'll be 60 on Thursday. So, she's her video's turned off. Is your husband there, Bernadette?
What?
His name's John.
His name is John. Okay. John. So, shall we go it? Happy birthday to you, John. Happy birthday to you, John. Happy birthday, dear
John.
Happy birthday to you. And here's the trick. Now, what we have to do is you go 1, 2, 3, and you blow.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there.
Oh, sorry. I'm here. Sorry. I was seeing to something outside. Yeah. Shall I blow?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and blow. There you are.
1, 2, 3.
As if by magic. Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? The magic we get up to on the lockdown on Sundays is quite astonishing. That's lovely. And wish John all the best from everybody here. That's lovely. So, Con, what are we up to next?
Here's a strange one. I got an email from Linda Wood, I think it was. And you think John Leyland has been a fan of ours for a long time. This will beat everything. Linda saw us on the Lex McLean show in 1963 up in Glasgow at the Pavilion Theatre. And she runs the Billy Raymond Appreciation Society. And Billy apparently met us at the Burdicon Theatre. I said the Burdicon Theatre in Ayr in Queensland, Australia. And anyway, she runs the Appreciation Society for him. But she saw us on Lex McLean show. Now, Lex McLean was a very famous, in Scotland, very famous comedian. He's one of the filthiest ones we ever worked with.
Yeah.
And it was a very funny situation because he didn't like a lot of people, and he had an option to have us again the following year for his show, because he used to do 6 months in the pavilion in Glasgow, and then he over to where was Dumfries or somewhere. He do the other 6 months over there, but he turned down the option. And in 1964, then we had our first #1 record, and he's been kicking himself ever since that he didn't have us for the show.
You must explain to the ladies and gentlemen, he was paying us £150 a week, and he had an option to have us for the whole season for the following year. We had the #1 record meantime, and what would have happened to the theatre the following year? But I have to say, it was simply because he didn't like Catholics.
Yeah.
And we were Catholic. I don't know how we didn't know in the first place, but that is the story. And it was Billy Dunlop, actually, who booked us for that con, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Funny was I was watching QI last night, and I heard one of the funniest jokes. Somebody said, "Oh, I play golf." I said, "Oh, really?" He says, "What's your handicap?" He says, "I'm white and I'm Protestant."
Lovely. So, Con, what's going to happen now? Because the next song is a request.
Yeah.
And we've done it from scratch, and it's we enjoyed doing it. I got out my ukulele, which was given to me by the boss of Fender, John Brown, and he gave me this beautiful ukulele. Love playing it. And there's going to be a real row now between Linda and between Carol Furs of who actually requested this. So, shall we say, for the two of you, I'll just get this going. Would you like to say, for the two, Carol and for Linda, we're going to play this, Con?
Hope you enjoy it. I was playing along as well.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'll see you in my dreams, hold you in my dreams. Someone took you out of my arms. Still I feel the thrill of your charms. I'll see you in my dreams, hold you in my dreams. Someone took you out of my arms. Still I feel the thrill of your charms. Lips that once were mine, tender eyes that shine. They will light my way tonight. I'll see you in my dreams. Lips that once were mine, tender eyes that shine.
Was that nice?
Oh, Lynn liked that. Everybody liked that.
I have to see the applause. I have to see the applause. Put it onto gallery view. Oh, look at everybody is going berserk. That's
Hey.
fine. And John Waterman is going even more. He's dancing up and down with delight. Unbelievable. And it's Steve. Look at Steve there going berserk. And Steve, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the man who loans me his banjo whenever I want the banjo. And thank you for that, Steve. That's terrific. That's great. Great. Lovely. And thank you very much, everybody. My goodness. And was it Linda or was it Carol who asked us to do that? It was Carol. Linda's saying it was Carol.
It was Carol that first requested it, and then I mentioned that I'd been given a book of music by the Bachelors for Christmas, and I was learning how to play it on the piano.
And can I tell you, Linda, John Brown gave me the beautiful ukulele, but I'm not fluent on it. So I had to get an actually ukulele book, as you've got with the piano, a ukulele book with all the notation, you know, where you put your fingers. And then I translated that onto the proper music, which I use for putting all the orchestrations together, the score. I put it on, so I just had to look and see where my fingers should be. And that's what I did. And I adored it. Do you know the ukulele is so popular with people like Mark Knopfler?
Yeah. Joe Brown.
Joe Brown, of course, is a huge ukulele fan. Brian May.
Right.
And one of the biggest fans was George Harrison when he was alive. Isn't that amazing?
Even George Formby.
Well, that was a banjo uke, which you were playing there quite a bit. You should have showed us, Con. You were playing away and nobody could see you at all. Yeah. But anyway, Con, would you like to get on to... oh, by the way, people are asking me, you know, this PayPal.me, what's that all about? Well, it's really, I'm on a campaign that people should appreciate entertainers. We call them the forgotten thousands. And it's just a way. And all you have to do is just write down that paypal.me/Jack Klusky, all one word. Just write it down and put it into the browser of your computer. And that will bring up the link to PayPal. And 5p, 10p, £100. And John Leyland gave us £10,000 last week, didn't you, John? Wasn't it £10,000 or was it £15,000 you gave us last week?
You wish.
You wish.
It was a few quid in the tip jar, but I sent Con a bottle of Irish whiskey because he hasn't got a tip jar. So.
That's right. I very, very much appreciated it.
Well, I asked Deck which your favourite tipple was, and he told me get him a bottle of Paddy. He'll like that. So.
Well, Paddy and 7-Up was a very popular drink. Yeah, a drop of it is actually a beautiful drink. Paddy and 7-Up. Anybody is interested in drinking whiskey.
No, thank you very much. No, thank you. I can't stand whiskey. I always tell the quick story. I think I told you, John, I told you the story that when I was a student at university and all that, and there was that usual gang, probably about 5 or 6 of us used to go around together, and none of us drank. Quite astonishingly, none of us drank. 6 full-blooded Irish students, and none of us drank. But we understood that everybody seemed to be drinking and having a great time. So whenever we went out, we used to go, Conal remembered this, the Yerowaddies, which is the architectural students at one of the Olympia Ballroom, I think it was, in Dublin. We used to go there. And we'd go into the pub and we'd say, 6 whiskies, please. And he'd line them up like that. And each of us would go, we'd say, oh, here we go. And we'd hold our noses like that and go, because we thought we had to. And then, of course, we'd go off and enjoy ourselves. But Con, would you like to tell us all about it? And this is a genuine request as well. Who is this a request from, Con?
Well, before I tell you about that, we did, if you remember, we did 16 weeks up in Glasgow. doing the 8:05 show.
Yeah, that's right.
And we went. The manager there was mad on golf, and he used to flag all sorts of things. Brought us to all the different golf courses, but he also brought us around a lot of the whiskey distilleries up there. And at the time, I didn't drink whiskey. I used to drink Bacardi. And I came home from Scotland with a boot full of whiskey from the whiskey all games. So I thought I better start drinking this stuff. So I got a taste for it. And it's lovely. And I used to say in those days, I'll be glad when I've had enough. And and nowadays I'm saying, I think I've had enough. You know, there you go.
You hardly drink, Con.
I know.
I have to force you to have a glass of wine.
That's
and
right.
I hardly drink as well, which is amazing. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to us in our old age. We become weird. But who was it that requested this?
I think it was Louise asked us, and request.
Louise Harder. Was it you that requested the Love Me With All Your Heart?
It was, that's right.
It was. Well,
Yeah.
you've got a huge treat because Con and I spent all last week putting this together.
Lovely.
And here and if you, I've got to tell, ladies and gentlemen, next week we've got a huge, of course, at the end of the month or the first Sunday of the month, we do a big show. Now this was supposed to be a half an hour, and it's already 45 minutes. But then we're Irish. There's no rush, and you're not rushing anywhere this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. But next week we've got a huge thrill for you because we've been working on Try a Little Kindness for 4 weeks now. John Leyland has it sum up. But John, thanks very much for that hard work. 4 weeks we've been working on this. And Con sent me, I'll make everybody laugh now. Con, don't listen to this. Yeah. He sent me his vocal last night, 4 versions of it. John knows what I'm talking about. And I wasn't happy with it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I wasn't happy with the backtrack you sent me because you were playing a kettle drum or something on it, and it was completely out of time.
No, it wasn't completely out of time.
I've got the words here. I'm going to sing it again.
Yeah, the real story is our drummer Danny, a sensational drummer. He's all over the world now, but sadly he's got absolutely no work whatsoever, and he's skint. Hence, why I always say this tip jar. He should have a tip jar. He should get a few bob, and we've given him a few bob, and from the tip jar. Yeah, so you know where the money is going to. And he was a typical drummer, and what he wanted was what they call a click track, which I hate and detest and loathe. So I sent him a click track. I said, a cowbell, would that be good? And he said, yes, that'd be fine. So the whole track is Try a Little Kindness and all that entails, with a cowbell going boing, 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 boing,
out of time,
boing.
if I may say.
It wasn't. It was a computer playing it, Con, so it couldn't have been out of time. But so Con had to sing with that because, I sent it to Danny and he played the drums on it and then sent it back to me. So you're actually next week going to hear live drums from Danny on Try a Little Kindness. The first time I've ever done it. Not convinced, John. Not convinced. No, not convinced. It was good. You'll hear it next week. John's excited already. So, Con, let us get on to this next one.
This is for Louise and the Holmes, L&M Holmes.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Love me with all your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart, or not at all. Just promise me this, that you'll give me all your kisses, every winter, every summer, every fall. When we are far apart, or when you're near me, love me with all of your heart, as I love you. Don't give me your love for a moment or an hour. Love me always as you loved me from the start, with every beat of your heart. When we are far apart, or when you're near me, love me with all of your heart as I love you. Don't give me your love for a moment or an hour. Love me always as you loved me from the start, with every beat of your heart. With every beat of your heart. Of your heart.
Did you like that, Con? Did you like that? And did you notice the picture in the background? That's Santon Prior, where I live. you recognize it. You've had many barbecues down in that garden. And let's see the applause. Come on. Are they applauding? They are. Look at that. They're going berserk. And they're throwing money, Con. Can you believe it? Look at the £50 notes they're trying. This is amazing. Look at Hulton House. Hulton House is going berserk. Bernadette, she's crying. She's so happy. Sue Berman is going berserk. And look at Kathy. And Catherine Coates and Steve Reynolds doesn't know what to do with himself. John Hutchinson is going bananas. And at least John is not talking, Lynn. Is that right? Yeah, John, you've got to say a quick hello.
Oh, hi, Derek. Hi, Con. Hi, everybody.
That's enough, John. That's enough, John.
Can you say, I love that song. I've just put a message on the chat. That reminds me of the time when I saw you in Scarborough in 2010 at the Delmont Hotel. It was the first full song you did. You walked on singing Bit of I Believe, and then that was the first full song. It absolutely blew me away. That's the Bachelors at their very best. I love that song.
Brilliant, brilliant. I've just muted you again. And we've got a stranger here, Pooh C. Who's Pooh C?
Hi, Dick. I'm Chas from Eastbourne.
Oh, really? Really? That's lovely. That's lovely. Say hello.
It's hello to everybody. My tablet comes up as Pooh C for some reason, which I've never worked out.
Lovely to talk to you and lovely to see you, and see you next week. We're having a very, very special one next week, aren't we, Con? Which is it's going to be a full hour, and it's going to be absolutely sensational. We've got the Try a Little Kindness, which is not finished yet, but it will be finished next week.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little video as well, hopefully.
That's right. Yeah, Con, we've got to do the video, and it's got to be absolutely. It's going to be sensational if you get the vocals right, Con.
Oh yeah.
We're laughing. But say goodbye, Con, would you please?
Well, from Elland, Yorkshire, it's Con saying goodbye from Newhall in Yorkshire. So bye-bye, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show today.
It's Deck saying goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget the tip jar, and it does help. And there are thousands of musicians out there who are skint and having a bad time and fallen through the net with the government, unfortunately. But there we are. So enjoy yourselves. See you next week for the biggie, which is on the 8th of, I think it's the 8th of February. So see you then. Here we go.
Stay safe. Stay.
Love me with all your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart, or not at all. Just promise me this, that you'll give me all your kisses, every winter, every summer, every fall. When we are far apart,